Okay, well, look, first of all, thanks to Muir for coming to the party and supplying a new gearbox for that winch. And I've put it back together, and I was thinking of putting it back on the boat, but after having a look at the old gearbox, the one I took out, it was destroyed really by corrosion, which I don't think should have happened. It was a bit of a design fault with the winch, I think. But with the new gearbox, it makes it like a new winch again. My only quandary is that when we pulled it apart and had a look at the gears, the gears on the crown wheel and the pinion were a little bit worn after 3 years. So I'm sort of thinking that that little Storm 1250 may be a little bit small for my boat, because the gears look like they weren't going to go for too much longer. There was quite a bit of wear on them actually. And I did lift that really heavy anchor down in Sydney Harbour, so that could be something to do with it as well. I think that went well outside the lifting limit of the winch. But anyway, what I've decided to do, I want to put an above deck winch out there, a horizontal winch that mounts on top of the winch platform. That means there won't be any water running down underneath it. I won't have the problem I had with the Muir winch, and everything is a lot more accessible. My anchor locker is very small. It's only about that wide, and you've got to get into it through a cubby hole that big, so it makes it really hard to service. And Muir are saying I should service that winch every 6 months. Well, that becomes a bit of a chore in itself, working in such a more confined area. So look, I have decided to go for another winch, and I haven't talked to Muir. They might have done a deal for me, but I don't know. They did do a gearbox for me, and the winch was out of warranty by a few months. But my big problem, I've looked at the Muir winches, the horizontal ones, and they make some nice winches as well. The Cougar and those type of winches are very good winches. My problem with them is that the footprint they need to mount on is bigger than the deck area I've got out the front to mount them on. They're quite a big footprint. So to get them on there, I'd have to do some major fiberglassing and rebuilding of the winch platform to actually fit one of Muir's winches on there. So I got onto Keogh's Marine, and they sell Lofrans winches. Now, Lofrans is not Australian made, which goes against my grain a little bit, but it is Italian made, and it is made in Italy. There's nothing made in China. Dave from Keogh's, he follows me on YouTube, and he's done a really good deal to put a new Lofrans Tigris winch on the front of the boat. The main reason I'm doing it is the footprint is small enough that I can get it on the winch platform I've got there without changing anything. So that's my main thought process into putting the Lofrans winch on. But thanks very much, Dave. They did a great deal. He got onto the supplier, and the supplier and Keogh's gave me a really good deal. It wasn't nothing, but it was a good deal on what you'd normally pay for one of these winches. So I'm now going to go through the process of installing this Lofrans winch in the place that was used by the Muir one. And look, it's a heavier model, so it'd probably do a boat a lot bigger than this boat. But look, I'm getting older. If that winch lets me down, as an old dude, I probably wouldn't have the energy to pull the anchor chain up by hand. Young blokes can do it. I have heard of older blokes pulling an anchor up by hand when their winches failed and having a heart attack. So I don't want to do that. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the Lofrans Tigris. And thanks very much again, Keogh's, for getting a great deal for me. So let's get into it. We'll go and make things ready to put this winch on the boat.
I know, one winch.
Looks a bit heavy.
It is heavy. Very heavy.
Well, Peggy-Anne's going to be floating a bit bow down, I think.
I'll get you a sharp stick.
template. Wonder if it's the same thing on there about scale or anything. Packaged up. Here is the list. So we're going to weight to it. Well, it all looks very heavy duty, Bruce.
Looks very nice, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a good looking winch. So with this one you can free fall it with that lever there. You can put that on and just let the chain go, which can be handy. So, well, it's probably, you might have to put the pawl in, do you?
I know. Maybe we should read the instructions.
Yeah, we'll read the instructions. But yeah, it's a really heavy duty looking thing. Take it down so it'll fit on the front of the boat.
Mm.
Will fit all right, I think, Bruce. I think we might have to put it on a bit of an angle just to line up the roller.
Line up the roller with with the chain,
Yeah, but you'd nearly that. Yeah, I think we would be better off just giving it that little kick.
Little kick, yeah. Looking good.
Looking good.
Just another plate underneath, another
We'll put another doubler under it.
that
Fill
HDPE plate, yeah.
Yeah, fill all those holes in. You probably look terrible if you tried to fill all these in, I reckon.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the old winch off, and we're going to put a new bit of plastic on the top here to take the new one. And the thing we've got to be really careful of, I've still got the forestay attached there, and there's a fair bit of weight just on the foil and the sail, so all of that weight's been taken on this board, and we've got the bobstay off, so there's nothing holding that the stay's not holding the bowsprit down at all, so we're going to have to make up the plate to fix that up, get this back down in place, and then we can work on getting the new winch on. The anchor there, if we just put it on that little bit of a kick, that'll be pretty good, just about where it is, I reckon, don't you?
Yeah, that looks fine. You could probably bring it back. The further back you have it, the better your chain fall will be into the locker below.
True, yeah, we can bring it back.
So if we brought it back right to the end.
Yep. Well, you get into all these holes, that's the only trouble.
Yeah, well, they're going to be covered anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, but you want to be able
with another plate.
You want to go through and be able to get it. I reckon probably there would be nearly good enough, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want to come any further out than that.
No. No, but that's going to give you a much better
angle
for your chain to drop into your locker.
Yeah, and it's probably a less angle here down to there.
Yeah, a bit more free fall.
Yeah. It'll wear another groove in this one, I suppose, but it's not a big deal. It's not hitting on the cheeks of the thing or anything.
No.
Well, to me it looks like a really heavy-duty piece of gear, this. I'm quite impressed on how it looks and how heavy it is. And the beauty of it is going to be that everything is above deck level, so we're not going to be working inside that locker. That was a real pain, really, with the other one.
Yeah, what we want.
Yep.
That's good. And that's good.
All right. Bit of jigger sawing. clamp dropped off, you're right with it. Yep.
Roll it down there.
Pass the sticker over.
We'll get them up there, won't we? Where's the hole? That's it there, is it?
Holes in there.
Yeah.
We'll come up
No,
there
we'll
and we'll
feed
pull
them
them back into the
We'll
motor.
pull them back through here.
Okay. Well, it's hard to film this while you're dealing with Sikaflex and trying to put bolts through and stuff like that, but there's the final installation, all bolted down. What we've got to do now is run a couple of wires up to the motor here. They're down in there. We've got to adapt them a bit, put the chain on, and we've got an anchor winch back. Just got to run a few wires now. You're gonna put that one through this one, the single one. So we've got the 3 wires up through the bottom. They've got to come up to the motor there, and you didn't see any of the swearing or cursing to get them through.
I would highly recommend that you put your draw wire through before you mount your winch.
Yeah, or
Be a good move.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a bit of a struggle.
yeah. Even I'd say push your wires up through it and then mount your winch. Might have been a better ploy. Well, there it is, the winch finally installed. A great unit. It's a lot heavier than the old winch I had, so it's going to do this job forever. Everything's above deck, nothing not working in under this locker to get to motors and gearboxes and things like that. It's all right here. There's a little sight gauge on the front here. You can check your oil level all the time. Change that once a year, that's about all you do. Grease your cones on your clutch. About all you'd have to do, or maybe just give it a bit of a clean up. The other thing I like about the Lofrans, they've left the casting as it comes out of the mould virtually, so it's aluminium cast. It's all sealed up really well. The gypsy of course is stainless steel, but they haven't painted the casting, which makes it look a bit agricultural I suppose, but I tell you what, when they paint aluminium especially, within 2 years that paint's starting to flake off, and when they got paint flaking off them they look pretty terrible. So I like the fact that this is just polished and die-cast aluminium. So a very strong unit. I think I'll get lots and lots of use out of this. I think it'll outlast me actually. Other good thing about it is with the handle that you can use, you can drop this anchor just by undoing the clutch, which I like doing because you can pay it out and watch it go down. And the other thing about that is if you leave your handle in there, you can put one of these on, and then everyone knows you're anchored during the day. So a good way of setting up your anchored day shape. All in all, the installation was pretty straightforward and a lot easier working above deck instead of doing everything under here. So thanks again to Keogh's Marine. Gave me a great price on this. Thanks Dave, much appreciated. And of course once again thanks to my mate Bruce and Kay. Fantastic guys, thanks for all your help. I really couldn't do it without you, and it's just great having Bruce as a sounding board to bounce all my ideas off. But yeah, he's a top man and very handy. See Keogh's if you want one of these winches, and I think on you know, boats 12 metres and above, a really good winch. I've had a lot of feedback from people on YouTube and Facebook saying that they've had these winches and what a good run they've had out of them. I don't think I've had one negative response to the conversation that's been going on about the Lofrans Tigris. So a good product out of Italy. Anyhow, that should do me for some time to come. Look, you probably don't watch this bit, but it's the part where I say please share, like, subscribe would be great, or even leave a comment. If you've got any comments, I'll answer any comments you put forward. So thanks for watching, dudes. See you next week.